Imagine this. A family moves to a quiet new home deep in the woods, hoping for a fresh start, but then they find a strange door, one that hides a dark secret. What if everything you thought you knew about their move was about to change? This is a story of loss, mystery, and a twist so wild it'll leave you speechless. Just when you think you've seen it all, bam! The door's evil comes back to take their son. Before we dive in, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell. Dropping a like and a comment is the least you can do to show some love. And like we always say, even if some stories seem the same, they ain't never the same when I'm the one telling it. The movie stars a quiet forest and a strange little shop that wasn't there yesterday. Hidden deep in the woods, the store stands alone, like it's waiting for something or someone. Meanwhile, Evelyn Eden is busy turning chaos into comfort. She's in her new home, sleeves rolled up, building furniture and unpacking boxes. She moves fast. This isn't her first time starting over. Her phone buzzes. It's her husband, Red. He's tied up at work and asks her to grab their son Kane from school. So, Evelyn heads out, dust still on her hands. She finds Red outside the school, and the two share a moment. A small smile, a playful tease, a quiet break from the mess of moving. Evelyn says the boxes are done, but they're still missing a few things. Little things, but they matter. Then the principal walks over. Mrs. Riley greets them, and Red slips away to oversee the school's construction. Evelyn stays, thanking the principal for trusting Red with the renovation. Mrs. Riley assures her that Kane is adjusting just fine. He's quiet, but strong. She believes he'll feel like he belongs soon. Evelyn finds Kane playing alone in the park nearby. He looks small under the wide gray sky, lost in his own world. She hands him a new toy car, the one he lost when they moved. His face lights up like it's Christmas morning. He clutches it like a treasure, and just like that, the two of them walk home together, unaware that the strange store in the woods is no longer empty. In the car, the air is quiet, too quiet. Evelyn glances at Kane through the rearview mirror, searching for the right words. She apologizes gently for how hard the move has been on him, but Kane doesn't hold back. He stares out the window and says he hates the new school. Nobody likes him. He keeps getting into trouble for things he didn't even do. Everyone hates me, he says. And then he adds the words that cut deep. He doesn't want to go back. Evelyn grips the steering wheel tighter. Her voice rises, not in anger, but in frustration. She tells Kane this move wasn't a choice. It was survival. His father needed work, and this town was their only shot, but things hadn't exactly gone as planned. She reminds Kane what the doctor said, that he needed a school that could actually help him, one with teachers trained to understand what he's going through. She assures him that he shouldn't be embarrassed. This school was supposed to help. Everything will be okay, she says, almost as if saying it out loud might make it true. But then her voice softens again. She reminds him of the one thing they can't change. As long as his dad works at that school, that's where Kane has to be. Later that day, the door creaks open, and Uriah steps inside, a shaman with sharp eyes and a calm voice. He spreads out his tarot cards on the table and begins the reading. His gaze darkens when he sees a card for Red. He's about to get more chances. And money, Uriah says with a knowing smile. But then the mood shifts. When Uriah turns to Evelyn's card, the image is grim. Something is coming for her. Something dangerous. The shaman's voice lowers. Be careful. Before Evelyn can ask more, Red bursts in with Kane trailing behind, looking tired and defeated. Red's eyes narrow when he spots Uriah. He asks sharply why the shaman is there. Evelyn explains she invited Uriah to bless their new home, hoping to bring good luck. But Red's discomfort is clear. He asks Uriah to come back next week instead. He just isn't ready for this kind of help. Later, Red pulls Evelyn aside with heavy news. Kane got suspended for 3 days after fighting back when some kids mocked him. Red tells Kane he needs to stand up for himself, but Evelyn worries. The school is their only shot at a fresh start, and trouble could ruin that. Together, they decide to ground Kane for 2 weeks. Kane's upset at first, but his mood lifts when his parents promise a hike and a picnic the next day. That night, they tuck him in with a quiet hope. Maybe tomorrow will be better. The next morning, Kane wakes up before dawn and rushes to shake his parents awake. His excitement is impossible to hide. Today feels different. At the park, Evelyn and Red sit close, voices low as they talk about Kane's struggles with learning. Worry shadows their faces. Red suggests medication might help, but Evelyn shakes her head. She doesn't want Kane's battles to come with pills and side effects. As they prepare to leave, Red surprises Evelyn with a gift, her very own online store. It's a bright moment in the heavy day, a glimpse of hope in the storm. But while Evelyn and Red are caught up in their quiet joy, Kane slips away. He wanders ventures into the woods and finds something strange, a lone door standing upright in the middle of nowhere. When they find him, Evelyn brushes it off as an old antique that just needs a little work, but Red feels it differently. "That door is creepy," he says, his eyes dark with doubt. Still, they take the door home, and as Kane helps his mother fix it up, no one knows that this door is about to open more than just a broken frame. This door might open a whole new world, and danger they can't yet imagine. That night, a strange noise drifts through the house, but no one stirs to hear it. The silence swallows the sound like a secret. The next morning, Evelyn spots evidence of a midnight snack, crumbs on the floor, a half-eaten sandwich gone cold, but Red denies it was him. Her mind races to one possibility. Kane must have been sleepwalking. When Kane appears for breakfast, she asks if he remembers wandering in the night. Kane shakes his head. He insists he stayed in bed. Evelyn catches a rotten smell coming from the closet. She asks Kane if he's been hiding food there. He denies it. Later, while grocery shopping, Evelyn finds maggots crawling in her clothes. Panic creeps in. On the way home, she accuses Kane quietly, but he swears he's innocent. Just as she turns to confront him, a pale figure appears in the hallway. Evelyn gasps and flicks on the light, only to find Kane standing there. He confesses he can't sleep. Then he whispers about a nightmare, a monster chasing him, relentless and dark. "I see it every time I close my eyes," Kane admits, voice trembling. Evelyn holds him close and softly recites the Lord's Prayer, hoping to push the demon away. She tucks him in with a promise of safety, but behind a closed door, a pale hand creeps out into the shadows, and Evelyn doesn't see it. The next morning, Uriah steps inside with a grave warning. His eyes scan the house, dark and serious. "This place isn't safe anymore," he says. "The house has changed. Evil spirits have moved in." Evelyn blinks, confused and skeptical. "Ghosts? Spirits?" She shakes her head. "I don't believe in that stuff." But Uriah doesn't back down. He says the spirits were brought in by someone, and if they don't act now, things will only get worse. So Uriah begins the blessing. The air thickens. Shadows seem to twitch and stretch. When his eyes fall on the mysterious door Evelyn brought home, the room chills even more. Still, Uriah pushes forward, voice steady but urgent. He tells Evelyn this door must go. It has to be burned, destroyed before it's too late. "Be careful what you let inside your home," he warns. Later, Evelyn and Red struggle to move the door. Red scoffs, brushing it off as nonsense. He admits he wanted that door badly and thinks Evelyn's worries are overblown, but Evelyn makes a choice. They'll keep the door, only until the weekend. Then, if nothing strange happens, maybe they can finally rest easy. But deep down, she knows this door isn't done with them yet. The next day, Evelyn sits in the quiet town library, flipping through dusty books and old newspapers. She discovers a chilling truth. For years, children vanished without a trace. The disappearances stopped 20 years ago, but no one ever found what happened to those kids. That night, she shares the dark history with Red, but he shakes it off, calling it just creepy stories, and telling her not to get caught up in ghost tales. The next morning, a shocking sight awaits them. The paint on the mysterious door has burned off overnight, like something scorched right through it. Red's face tightens. "We have to get rid of this door before the weekend," he says, finally afraid. While Evelyn cleans the house, a ghostly figure of a little girl drifts past, silent and unseen. The spirit slips into the closet, and Evelyn hears the soft click of the door closing behind it. She opens the closet, empty. Before she can think more, a text flashes on her phone. Kane is in trouble again. He's been kicked out of school. They scramble for solutions, but the truth hits hard. They can't afford a tutor to keep Kane on track. Evelyn makes a tough choice. She'll put her online business on hold and find a job. Red's worries grow deeper. The school board cut his payments. More work means less time with the family. Bills pile up in Evelyn's mind, but Red tries to keep hope alive. "We'll figure it out." When Red wants to punish Kane for fighting, Evelyn pushes back. Kane was pushed too far by the others. She won't let him pay the price. So, Red decides to take Kane to work with him. Sometimes family is all you've got, especially when the shadows are closing in. The next day, Kane trails his dad to work, obedient but tense. Meanwhile, Evelyn follows a lead, a photo of a strange woman connected to the missing kids. She finds the woman living in a cramped apartment, eyes haunted by memories. This woman is Mrs. Bradford, the mother of Maggie, the last child to vanish. She tells Evelyn about the abandoned house deep in the woods where all the children disappeared. "I lived there once," she says, voice trembling. "When Maggie went missing, she burned the house down. But the door wouldn't burn. She thought burying the door would end it, but the door came back. so she chained it up, hoping to lock the evil away forever. Back home, Red drops Kane off, warning him to stay inside and lock the doors tight. Kane obeys, but as he struggles with homework, a cold shadow appears, a ghost, watching him from the corner of the room. At Mrs. Bradford's, Evelyn's panic grows when the woman warns her, "You've unleashed the door's evil. It takes children and never lets them go." Then Evelyn's phone buzzes. A text from Red. He's dropped Kane off early, alone. Fear tightens its grip, because now the real nightmare has just begun. She rushes home, heart pounding, only to find the house empty. Kane is gone. She calls Red, and he speeds back, panic rising like a storm. Together, they tear through every room, every corner, but Kane has vanished without a trace. Then, by the eerie door, a small toy car lies abandoned, a silent marker of the nightmare unfolding. That night, they call the police. The search drags on for days, through dark woods, empty streets, and cold silence. But Kane is nowhere. Evelyn's anger boils over. She blames Red for doubting her warnings about the house, the hauntings she begged him to believe. Determined, she insists on calling Uriah back, because if they don't fight this darkness together, they might never see Kane again. This house is more than a home. It's a trap, and Kane is caught inside. Uriah looks at them with grave eyes. "We can bring Kane back, but only if you follow my instructions exactly." They start by breaking down the cursed door and carrying it back to the forest where it first appeared. The air grows heavy, shadows creeping close as Uriah begins the ancient ceremony. He calls on the spirits for help, but they grow silent when he asks where Kane is. Only one answer matters: the gatekeeper of the other world. "I can't reach him without knowing his true name," Uriah says. But his magic board, the tool to uncover secrets, is broken. Evelyn steps up and offers a replacement, her hands shaking but steady. With the new board, Uriah chants the name, Impusa. The gatekeeper's name hangs in the air, dark and cold. He assures the parents, Kane is alive, but trapped behind a doorway cloaked in darkness. As Uriah reaches out to Kane's spirit, shadows block their connection. Suddenly, Kane's spirit lashes out, possessing Red's body. With a trembling hand, Red writes to Evelyn on a scrap of paper, "I'm here, Mom." Uriah pushes further, finally reaching Impusa himself. He offers a bargain. For Kane's soul, he will face the dark master of the other side. The stakes have never been higher. A boy's life against a deal with darkness. Suddenly, the door creaks open, and ghostly figures of all the missing children appear, their eyes empty and hollow. But just as quickly, they vanish into thin air. A cruel trick meant to break their spirits. They step inside, facing the demon who rules this nightmare. Desperate, they offer their souls, begging for Kane's freedom. But the demon sneers, "You are not children. Your souls are worthless to me." Instead, the monster demands complete obedience. They must do whatever it wants to bring Kane back. Evelyn's voice is fierce, trembling but unbroken. "I will do anything." Then without warning, Kane appears, safe but silent. The door slams shut behind him. Uriah's warning cuts through the silence. "Keep your promise, or suffer consequences worse than you can imagine." He tells them this will be the last time they meet. "Forget the cost," he says, "because if you carry it, it will crush you." He tells his parents he can't stay there anymore. His voice is small, but the fear behind it is loud. Evelyn promises, "We'll find a new place, somewhere safe." So, Evelyn takes Kane to his grandmother's house. A place filled with warm memories and quiet hope, but Red stays behind, the weight of the past pulling him back. Alone in the school's shadowed halls, he faces the cursed door one last time. He repaints it, masking the darkness beneath fresh paint. But the evil doesn't disappear. By leaving that door untouched beneath the surface, Red seals a terrible bargain. The demon will keep feeding, preying on innocent children, as long as the door stands. The family escapes the house, but the nightmare isn't over, not by a long shot. What would you do if your family's fresh start turned into a nightmare because of a door that stole your child? Would you fight the darkness or let it win to keep yourself safe? Drop a like, subscribe, and leave a comment. I want to hear how you'd handle this crazy twist.